Hello, baby.
Hello, cameraman.
You ready for this afternoon dash?
As ready as I'm going to be for one day, yeah.
As we test out different things, hourly
And
individually.
pay by the order, yep.
Let's go, go, go.
The first thing we're going to start off with is pay by the hour.
Alrighty, we got gas. Let's go get it washed. And let's try the earn by time.
Yep.
Alright, today's video
Or topic.
is gonna be talking about where this word independent driver came from, because I can't seem to find it anywhere. Not even Doordash advertises independent driver. Maybe someone will show me and prove me wrong, but right now in this season, what's getting popular right now is there's a viral video going on where this person is exposing a customer that said they didn't receive their order through Doordash, and they made a thing, said they didn't receive it, and these people got a violation. And this is a passionate driver, and if you've noticed, a lot of these videos that they make where these people are exposing these people that are not, or saying that they didn't get the food, of course, it's not there.
Oh.
They're very passionate about, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna lose my job, I'm an independent driver, this is how I make my money. So basically I was reading something, and we're not independent drivers, number one. We work for Doordash, we work for Uber. I mean, you literally work for whatever company app you signed up for. Right. So I don't know how this independently stuff got started, but I'm gonna say we're not independent drivers, because it's too many rules and regulations, too much stuff for someone that's independent that has to, you know, that we have to do. But like I said, it's just, you know, it's just kind of funny that...
Well, this is my version of independent drivers.
Well, after you, before you say your version, okay, I want to read this article that I read and everything. But I'm just saying that it's funny that how these people that are so passionate to boast that they're independent drivers are worried about losing a job that they hate so much that people don't tip. You know, just as much as they passionately hate the job, they passionately don't want to get fired from the job, and they passionately keep on boasting they're independent drivers. So let's get to our location, get this thing started. As right now, $14.50 an hour is activating. If you want to do it now, you might as well. It doesn't matter because it's only 10 minutes to go. Doesn't matter if we get a good order or a bad order. We have noticed that they ain't gonna tell you how much the pay is. But they'll tell you the miles, and then we'll see how long we'll do this hourly.
We're only doing this hourly until about 5, and then we're gonna go back to by the hour.
Okay.
By 6.
So make sure your Wi-Fi's off, your volume's up. 6.3 Chipotle.
Wi-Fi is off.
And it doesn't say how much.
Nope, it's not going to until after.
So
take the next right.
It's our first order. And even though it's 2:51, we'll just say we start at 3.
Yeah.
Alrighty. First one. Run, baby, run! right, baby, go ahead and read that.
Independent contractor defined. People such as doctors, dentists, veterinarians, lawyers, accountants, contractors, subcontractors, public stenographers, or auctioneers who are in an independent trade, business, or profession which they offer their services to the general public are generally independent contractors. However, whether these people are independent contractors or employees depends on the fact in each case. The general rule is that an individual is an independent contractor if the payer has the right to control or direct only the results of the work and will not be done on how it will be done.
Remember, will not be done, but how it will be done. Go ahead.
If you are an independent contractor, then you are self-employed. The earnings of a person who is working as an independent contractor are subject to self-employment tax. To find out what your tax obligations are, you'll visit the tax self-employed individual tax.
Did you pass a whole paragraph?
I'm not done yet.
No, I didn't want you to read the whole thing. That's about taxes.
All right. You are not an independent contractor if you perform services that can be controlled by an employer, that will be done, and how it will be done.
Right.
This applies even if you are given freedom of action. What matters is that the employer has the right to control the details of how the service is performed. If an employer or employee relationships exist, regardless of what the relationship is called, then you are not an independent contractor and your earnings are generally not subject to self-employment taxes.
Okay, well now that gets into the taxes. But that's what I'm talking about. An independent contractor, basically, if I hire you to cut my grass, doesn't matter how you cut my grass, which way you cut my grass.
As long as it gets done.
You cut my grass. That's all I care.
Turn left
Okay?
onto Banana
When I hire you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I hire you and I tell you, listen, before you cut my grass, can you make sure it's 2 inches high? Can you make sure before you cut my grass, you trim and then cut my grass instead of vice versa? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
A person
Take the next left onto Banana
that
Road.
you do not work for, they have less control on how you do the job. When we had our stuff done through Home Depot, they hired an independent contractor. His job's to come in there, put the cabinets up, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're giving a good service because, again, you want to be another job as a thing.
Right.
You know, you're not going to be an independent contractor, you know, like Doordash people, and be like, oh, well, I'm not going to, you know, who cares if it's in there, or, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, that's not my job. You go in there as an independent contractor, again, it's just someone saying, hey, I need you to do a job over here for me. You know what I mean? Just don't screw it up. Now with Doordash, you have to make sure, you know, the food is in there. You have to deliver it by a certain time. Like, there's more rules to being a Doordasher to where you're an employee, because they can fire you for a lot of things.
Yes. So therefore, you're not an independent contractor.
Right.
Independent means independent. You make the rules. You decide on how it's going to get done. That's what independent is.
Continue on Banana Road for 1.5 miles.
When you work for a gig economy, you're being told how it's got to be done, when it's got to be done.
Process.
There's a process, there's steps, there's ethical issues that has to be done. Otherwise, they say, we don't want you no more.
Right.
Independent means, example, independent means like, I go and say my neighbor, she gives me a list because she can't go to the store. Okay, I'll go pick it up. I call her. Maybe there's something on the list she don't want. Don't worry about it. Okay, great. Drop those off. I go to the next person. But I'm not working for nobody but myself.
Right. You can have 3 people you could be picking up orders from.
4.
And you're not like, well, I'm going to be here by a certain time, or,
right.
And you don't even have to call to see if there's even any substitutions.
Right.
You get what's on the list. If it's not there, you come back and say, listen, they didn't have this. They didn't have that. Where, in DoorDash or Uber Eats, they always have, pick a substitution, pick a substitution.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the same thing with Uber and DoorDash. They're telling you, like I said, when you sign that contract, people don't read it. And like I said, people just think because I get to choose my hours, I get to choose my time, I'm an independent contractor. And that's not really an independent contractor. It's just a job that's giving you...
They are giving you the convenience to show up.
When you want to.
When you're able to. It's not like going to a brick and mortar to where you've got to slide that time clock card and you're there. You got to be there for 8 hours a day.
And with DoorDash now, you can't dash now unless you meet
certain criteria.
Right. So how are you an independent contractor if you have to meet certain criteria just to dash now?
Right.
You can't dash now. Now you have to schedule. Well, if you're an independent contractor, why would you have to schedule your hours?
If you are an independent contractor, you get a bigger break on your taxes and you file your taxes
turn right at Peak Avenue.
Right. And then if you're an independent contractor, you choose your pay. The pay is not chosen for you. DoorDash says, I'm giving you $2.50 for 6 miles. Oh, I'm an independent contractor. I get to say, no, you're not an independent contractor. You just didn't want that job. And you know what? They don't care because that's just how the cookie crumbles.
If I was to go start my own delivery service, whether it's picking up stuff from Home Depot or Walmart, then I set my own price. And if they don't want to pay it, well, okay. Well, then I don't have to do it.
Right.
So that's independent. Independent too, you also, when you file your taxes, there's this thing which it gives you higher credits towards your Social Security benefits when you get ready to retire. And all of that plays a key role.
Your destination is on the left.
And I know that to be true was because my mother-in-law used to own her own chicken farm, and we had to file self-employment taxes because it was her own, she was her own independent business.
Alrighty, it's first pay by hour. Let's see how the day goes. Let's see what this one paid for 6 miles. How much did that pay?
Base pay was $4.97. No tip.
That's
what I said. We're in the dead zone.
I know, but I'm saying that's, if that was
pick your orders, I wouldn't have picked
right. That's not a pick your order, but pay by the hour. We got it. We're gonna see if we make the $14.50 and the thing. But and then mind you, that's coming from a government website,
right?
And like I said, I don't know who invented this word. We're independent contractors. We're not. We work for DoorDash. There's too many rules for DoorDash. DoorDash is telling you to do too much just to deliver food. There's just too much. Too many rules in there as you can easily get a violation and lose your job just as easily, you know, that you don't get a violation as long as you follow the rules. But like I said, you can't dash now no more. You can't dash now no more unless you know you're in a certain. Even at us at 76%, we have a hard time getting in the dash now. And when we get in the dash now, it's not the good orders.
No.
But when we schedule,
we get better orders.
Right. So if you think about it, if you're an independent contractor, why are you scheduling to a company that you're supposedly independently, you don't work for them?
Right.
You do. You do. Like us right now, $14.50 an hour. We're working for them for $14.50 an hour. So
I'm not calling these people and saying, yeah, you know what, since you're, you know, 8 miles away and you only want to pay me $5, how about you pay me 10 and then I'll deliver your food?
Correct.
That would be independent.
Right. And like I said, it states right there that it doesn't matter how you look at it. If someone is telling you to do something in a certain manner
and how it's to be done,
you are not an independent contractor.
Right.
So, and I'll be honest with you, I've never thought of us as independent contractors because
I work for Doordash.
Yeah, that's what people say. You know, I work for Doordash, I work for Uber. You know, Uber gives you more liberty than Doordash because Uber, you could sign in whenever you want to.
Yeah.
You have more independency in Uber.
You got more freedom in Uber than you do
in Doordash.
Right.
You know, Uber doesn't say you got to have this kind of AR ratings. Uber doesn't say, you know, like, oh, you have to schedule. Uber doesn't say, oh, unless you're 90%, you can get scheduling when you want to and you can get high paying orders. You think about that. If you're independent, why do you have to be a top dasher to get good pay? That's like at a job. When I go to a job and I go to an entry level, I start at, you know, blah, blah, blah. If I go to a job and I have experience, I get a little bit more. If I go to a job, I got college and I become a manager, well, I get paid top pay. Well, why is there so many different ways of getting paid through Doordash if you're independent? Independent should be equally by the job. So, you know, of course, if something's 2 miles, you get $5. That's an independent, great pay. You know, but, you know, to a contractor that works at a Home Depot to put a kitchen in, they're not, you know, they might be doing it cheaper than a business, but they're not doing it for peanuts and Cracker Jacks neither.
Right. Just another example, okay? My sister owns a daycare. She's independent. Yes, she does have to follow the state rules and regulations because she's in the caring of children. But she sets the hours that they are open. She sets the days that they are open. And she sets like when the holidays are coming, or however she's doing that. That's independent.
Right.
That is her business. Yes. Now, she still has to go by Florida state statutes and laws and regulations.
Well, and that's the same thing like doctors, lawyers
and everything
contractors,
else.
Subcontractors.
Now that's the difference between being a true independent.
Right.
Because you're in a profession that you're not juggling food. You're juggling human beings, okay? So there's a little bit more protocol to that.
But the other thing is even if whether it's kids or not, the point is you still have to give your best job. You're not there to give a junky job,
or you're not going to be an independent anything.
Like I said, you know, I want my kitchen done. I want a job, the best job there is. I don't want someone coming in doing a sloppy job and be
stop
like,
and think about
yeah, that's great.
Stop and think about it. Every person that has walked in our house to do our kitchen, our bathroom, you know, they want you to do a survey. They want you to leave comments on their website. Well, a lot of people do. Well, I tell you what, I would not want to be the person that got pissed off because somebody did a crappy job, and then
and that's why we have our ratings and our or feedbacks ourselves.
You still get feedbacks through Doordash,
with the
Uber,
customers.
You know, whatever. Because there's been times that I've been able to get in there and see some of the comments that they've left.
And, you know, an independent contractor, you know, they don't worry as much as, like I said, as, you know, acceptance ratings.
Doordash is a job. You may not be in a brick and mortar building,
but you work for them.
But you still work for them.
And you have to follow their rules.
You have the freedom to pick the days you want to work, the hours you want to work, if you want to work a holiday, if you don't want to work a holiday, but you are still employed.
Right, and what orders you want to take and what orders you don't want to take. So,
I mean, it's not like working at Wally World, Walmart, to where all these orders are coming in online and they have, you know, 2 or 3 people, and that is their job, is to go do all that shopping. And then they're the ones who's got to deal with the substitutes. And
an independent contractor, too, doesn't go through all the headache that a DoorDasher does. Complain about tips. Complain about, oh, you said you didn't receive the order. Or, you know, complain about, oh, I got to do this procedure, you know, when I go shop now, or when I pick up my order now, you know, the businesses want me to sign a piece of paper, or the businesses now want me to show my phone. Well, if you're an independent contractor, you wouldn't have to do all of that.
And I'll tell you right now, independent people, contractors, are going to work 10 times harder,
above and beyond,
than a damn DoorDasher. You got your own business out there, you're going to get out there, you want to be noticed, you want that good feedback, and you are going to go up and way beyond to get your product or service out there for people to come to you. And they work 10 times harder, and God bless them.
So just remember, guys, I don't know who put independent contractors in your mind. You're not an independent contractor. You work for DoorDash. You have rules that you have
Uber.
to follow.
You work for, I don't care if you're driving for Lyft.
Right.
You still, rules and regulations you have got to.
They're still things.
They're still there.
Yes. Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're not going to have a job.
Right.
So all the gig economies people, whether it's Grubhub, Uber driving, Uber foods, DoorDash, Sparks, Grubhub, whatever's out there, you are not independent because you have got rules that you have got to follow.
And they want you to do it a certain way. And again, as long as someone is telling you that you have to do something a certain way,
you're not independent.
You're not independent. Okay, let's try to get back. And
let's see what our hourly's gonna do.
Yes. Zaxby's 7.4 miles, no price.
Of course not.
Destination.
And this is the dead zone.
Okay.
324. Run, baby, run! So far 24 minutes passed through. We did the $4, and let's see what this one is here. Let's see if we make the $14.50 in this first hour. This is one long drive, BB. By the power plant. And another thing I'd like to mention too, you know, if you're so independent driver, why does, wow, look at that time.
Good God.
You know, why does DoorDash make you take a picture of a pizza bag before you can take an order?
Right.
Why are you so worried about putting your food in a hot bag? You know, if you're an independent driver, hey, McDonald's packs up that bag good enough. You know, that bag's good enough for me when I go to McDonald's and pick up a meal, and they put it in that bag, and I take it home to my kids. You know, it's warm enough. So why couldn't it be warm enough for a DoorDash driver to do it? Wanna know why? Because you're not an independent driver. Alrighty, dudes. Let's hope that we get something here for this 7 miles. Alright, 8.7 miles for 551 base pay. See how much we made so far, 346. Let's hope it doesn't keep us on this side. We're at 1048. So $4 shy with 10 minutes to go.
Yep.
And we're hoping it doesn't ding us.
At this end.
At this end over here, because then it'll take us downtown and stuff. So, I mean, I guess it's not bad because it's really the dead zone of
this is the dead zone time. It's not very busy at all.
Yeah, usually 1 to 4 or 1 to 5 is usually.
That's what I call the dead zone.
Yeah, that's where all the that's where you see these people come out. The non-tippers and stuff. And that's another thing, you know, if you're such an independent driver, you know, and people ask you, who do you work for? You know, and you're like, well, I work for Doordash. Well, if you're an independent driver, you wouldn't say that. You'd be like, oh, I just deliver food. You know, I just deliver food for food companies. You know, you wouldn't use the word DoorDash. But the reason you use the word DoorDash is because you know you're working for them. You want to feel like you're part of something, you know what I mean? I work for DoorDash, you know? Because you think about it, you know, when we talk about videos, you know, delivering, and sometimes we're delivering Uber, you know, we say DoorDash. I mean, DoorDash because it's so popular, it's easier to say at the tip of your tongue. You know, Uber, you really just think about driving, taxi service. Yeah. You know, you don't really think about food as much as, you know, DoorDash. People come to mind DoorDash. It's kind of like McDonald's, you know. What do you want to eat? McDonald's, you know. What do you want to eat? Pizza, you know. Usually Papa John's comes up, you know. But you know you're gonna go eat another type of pizza place, but yeah, guys. Like I said, I don't know who invented that word independent contractor, but it's definitely not you, nor me.
Surely not me.
I mean, it's like you can look at the Mona Lisa, and you know someone can say, you know, that looks like a dog, and another person can say, well, that looks like Jesus. You know, it's just like reading a book or a Bible. Someone interprets it one way, another person's going to interpret it the same sentence in another way. Well, it's just like, you know, like I said, that's literally from the IRS, and the IRS is telling you it don't matter how they word it to you. If they're telling you what to do
and how to do it,
you're not an independent contractor.
Right.
All they should be telling you is the job. Like, I need McDonald's delivered to me.
Right.
And like I said, if I can go to McDonald's drive-thru, which is 6 miles, and I can go to Church's Chicken, which is 10 miles, and I can go to Pizza Hut, you know, which is 8 miles, and bring that food back without a hot bag, and it's just as good when it gets home, then why can't an independent contractor, why does he have to put his food in a hot bag? Why does that person have to put that food in a pizza bag? Why? Because DoorDash says you have to. And DoorDash says you have to. You know, and other people, well, I don't do it. Well, when you get caught, you get fired. You know? But that's why they make you take a picture with the pizza bag.
Yeah.
The same thing with caterers. They make you take a picture of that catering bag. Well, if you're an independent contractor, you wouldn't have to do that.
Right.
Alrighty, let's see.
Let's get back to our side.
I can't believe it, man. Whoever these people are, they're getting around town.
I'm saying.
Alright, we got a 1.9 mile McDonald's.
God only knows what we're getting.
It's 4:03. So we'll see what this one brings and see what our total would be. Even though it's a little bit over an hour, but still we're gonna see the average, you know, what they're saying. All right, an additional 1.7.
All right.
So we got 2. So that's going into the second hour.
Yep.
That second one will be going into the second hour.
Yep.
All right, double dash. Run, baby, run! All right, according to BB, the prices will come in.
GPS signal lost.
$5.90. Order 2 out of 2. $2 for one, no tip. $3.90 for the other. $5.90.
Okay. What are we getting?
$5.90 for the 2.
Okay.
$16.38.
All right.
And it's already an hour and a half into it.
Okay.
So
just get us back on our side.
So 14, 15. So you're really talking about $2 going into the next hour. We're a half hour into the $2.
Book that cruise.
But you know, that's what happens when it's dead over here, because at least it's not dinging your percentage ratings, but
It ain't letting it go up either. At least mine.
but I'm just saying that at least you're not declining, because all those orders, they all would have been declined.
Yep.
And that's what we get during the dead hours.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. All right, they try to send us to a Taco Bell. We paused it. We're gonna
See how that works, guys.
Well, you're only allowed one decline, and then they kick you into the by order. I mean, was it worth? I mean, Friday we got to split up into 3 different shifts. So
Yeah.
I mean, but
Yeah, Friday we do.
because that you know, because definitely we can do that 1 hour split shift. I mean, that 1 hour by the hour.
Yeah.
But $2.36 for 3 miles.
No.
But let us know how the hourly thing has worked for you. If you guys tried it, if it's in your area. I mean, it's
got
$16 an hour and a half. I mean, we normally do $20 an hour.
But you have to also realize this is the dead zone.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you know, it could be okay and not okay, because like I said, that could have been a lot of rejections.
Yeah.
And we probably wouldn't have not made that $16 within the hour and a half, because like I said, all those deliveries that we took, those were all rejections.
Yeah.
Those were all, so you figure we could have been out here an hour and a half doing nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Or made one good order.
Yeah.
$8. So, but right now we're gonna go back to Dash by Delivery. Hope you guys enjoyed the topic about that you're not an independent contractor. And let us know about the hourly. And let us know what you think, because like I said, everyone, you read something different. Everyone
interprets everything differently.
Right, but it's right there in the IRS. You know, it doesn't matter if what they say, independent contractor. If they're telling you got to put the food in the hot bag, you got to take a picture, you got to keep your AR ratings up to get into Dash Now, or you got to schedule, or you got to do the catering, or you got to be top dasher. That's not independent. The only independent you have is that you can wake up, schedule yourself in for a Dash. And again, if you're one of those people like, well, I get Dash Now. Well, yeah, that's because you had to keep your AR rating up, because that's the only way you get Dash Now.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can get a Dash Now, when you open your eyes up and turn that phone on. You ain't getting a Dash Now at under 50%. You might get a Dash Now after you've been sitting out there for a while, but you're not going to get a Dash Now as soon as you turn that phone on. Like it used to be in the past, where you always used to turn your phone on and it was Dash Now, Dash Now. You can blame that, well, that's because they oversaturated the Doordash. You can blame whatever you want, because Uber doesn't seem to have a problem with their, you know, You can come in whenever you want. You can leave whenever you want. You can take whatever you want. And you know what? We don't even care. We won't even penalize you unless it's late or you don't bring the food to them.
Right.
I mean, that's really the only way you can get fired from Uber. I mean, you really got to be a klutz to get fired from Uber. I'm serious.
You really do.
I'm serious.
Because honestly, Uber.
I mean, a 5-year-old couldn't even get fired from Uber.
I mean, Uber is the most free form.
Yeah. Where you have more independency.
Yeah.
Than Doordash.
Right.
Doordash is too many rules. There's just too
Doordash is getting to where they're going to start putting their thumb on you every move you make.
Yeah. But like I said, you're not an independent contractor. I don't care what you think you are. Just say, hey, I work for Doordash. Call it a day. That's it. I work for Doordash. Who cares? I work for Doordash, but I get to do independently stuff. Except I got to put your pizza in the pizza bag. You know, I got to put food in a bag, and you know.
I mean, there's worse things you would have, you know, that you could be having to do.
Have fun with it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean.
That's it. We're not out here trying to, you know, spark them angry debate or something. We're just trying to let you know, like, hey, I don't know who invented that word independent, or I'm independent. You're not. We're not independent drivers.
No.
All right, BB, sign us out.
So until our next video, guys, everyone take care of one another, take care of yourselves. And when you are out there on the road, be safe.
And thanks for joining us on the lives. We appreciate it. Just talk more.
Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, don't be shy. Just talk more. BB's gotten over it. You guys can too. So until the next video, guys, see ya.